Let's say I want to, let us understand, let's go about this by examples. So if I want to create a visual force page and I want to display a list of accounts on that page, a list of all accounts, what is the best way to do that? I want to create a visual force page. On that visual force page, I want to display a list of all accounts. What is the best way of doing that? I hope you can hear me. Am I audible?
Maybe we have to reference the accounts object by using the ID of the account.
Okay, listen to the question once again. I want a visual force page and I want to display a list of all the accounts on that visual force page. What's the best way of doing that? I'm talking about all accounts. I'm not talking about a single account. So how many accounts ID will you provide? If it's a one account, then ID is okay. But if I'm talking about all accounts on the page, then
all the accounts maybe with index with different.
what type of controller shall we use for that?
List controller, standard list.
Standard list controller, right. So in standard list controller, do we need to give IDs? No, right?
No.
So because it's a list of all accounts. Now, my other requirement is, so standard list controller is the answer, that's correct. Now, if I want to display, I want to create a visual force page, and on that page, I just want to display all the accounts from a particular industry, then what is the best way of doing that? Because standard list controller does not give me that filter option, right? So, what is the best option of doing that?
ST you use select query, right?
Yes. So select query can be written only in an Apex class, right? That is something which I cannot do with a standard list controller or standard controller. For that, we'll have to use a custom controller and we'll have to write a select query there. Everyone agrees to this?
Yes,
We are all at the same page? Okay, great. So that is what we are going to do. Let's say I want to see all the accounts from energy industry. All right. That's my requirement. Now that select query can be only written in Apex. So what we have to do, we'll have to create a class, write the query and the method here in the class, and we'll have to call that on the visual force page. As simple as that, right? So while we created that standard list controller page, I think we discussed on this. Someone asked, I think Nikhil or someone asked this question as well, that how do we display filtered data, right? So the answer was that it cannot be done on a standard controller, because standard controller we do not have an option of defining our own logics, but we can definitely do that using a custom controller, right? So that is what we are going to do right now. So what should be the variable data type? It should be an S object or a list, because I am trying to display multiple records. Should it be a list or S object?
list.
List, sure. Collection or single record? We talked about data types yesterday. Think about data types and tell me. Primitives as objects, list and set. What data type shall we use here? S object is for a single record. What we say? List of S object, right?
Yes.
So how do we write that? List of account, and then give it any name. And here then write the select query. That is what Ravali was just saying. Select name, whatever fields you need. Now it's pretty simple. Name, type, industry, phone, fax, ROM, account where industry equals now whatever industry. So you can, this way you can put your logics here. Okay, now this is my variable. The next thing that I need is I need a method public list of account get accounts return accounts. I need a method that returns the value of accounts. That's it. The class is ready. Now I can call this class, I can call this class as a controller on the Visual Force page, and I can call this method to display this list on the Visual Force page. As simple as that. So let's go and create a Visual Force page. Okay, so this is my class. Now, what should be the name of the controller here?
Custom build. Oh, sorry.
Controller equals
Accounts.
controller equals
Get accounts.
no. Name of the controller should be name of the
C2.
yes, name of the class. Now inside this page you can bring in the values from that method. So because we are talking about a list, for a list what component do we need on the Visual Force page? We need a table. I need a table to display list, right? Because we have multiple records, I definitely need a table. So you can just go ahead and create, now this is all basic. Page block and then title list of energy accounts. And page block table value variable a dot a. Okay, so this value comes from the method name. Got it? In standard list controller it used to come from record set var, but now there is no record set variable. That was a concept of standard list controller. In our custom controller this value is coming from the account method name. Okay, so ACTS is the variable. So we bring it here. ACTS is the list of records, right? So value will be that. Variable you can define here. You can write it as a, and then say apex column value. And you can just say a dot name. Rest everything is same, the way we have done it in a standard list controller. Type industry phone fax. Is it okay? The code bit. Let me know if there is any questions on this. Define the method here, write the query in that, the way you want to display the data, whatever filter you want to put, where clause, put it here, get the method, and then call that method on the Visual Force page. Simple connection. Okay. All right.
Sir, I can't hear you, sir.
You cannot hear me? Hello? Hi. Can others hear me? Is it the problem with Nikhil only, or others can also not hear? Anyone who can hear me? Hello? Am I audible?
Raviteja, hi,
Hello?
are you there?
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Can you hear me? Hello?
No, the voice is completely breaking.
Is it
There
okay now?
Connectivity problem.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, same here.
Hello? Is it fine now? Hello?
No, sir. You're not. Can you talk now?
Hello? Is the voice okay now?
Yeah, perfect, sir.